All right, now to jumpstart things, we want to use the Spring Boot Initializer. And this is a website that's been developed by the Spring team where we can download a pre-configured project to our specification. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. We're going to go over to the website. We'll specify what we want to include in our new project. And by the end of this video, we will have a complete zip file that is ready for our use to start some Spring application development.
Okay, I want to introduce you to the Spring Initializer, which I always think is spelled wrong, but I think that is an accepted way of spelling initializer if you're from Britain or something, maybe. But what I want you to do is go over to start.spring.io, and this is where all things goodness with Spring are going to start. And let me give you a little walkthrough here of this application. So what it's going to do is allow us to select common stuff for a Spring project, and it will give us a it will download a zip file for us all configured for that. So what I am going to do is show you some of the options here. Now we have Maven or Gradle. I am going to use Maven. Gradle is cool. I go between both of them. Right now in the enterprise, we're probably still seeing 60-70% of projects using Maven. Gradle is becoming very, very popular. I hope nobody's still using Ant. That is just a new level awful, but Maven is like an old shoe, very easy to use, and Gradle has really come a long way. So I'm going to leave that as a Maven project, and I'm going to select the 2.0 snapshot. So this is for Spring 5. Now, when I'm recording this, the first release candidate for Spring Framework 5 came out, and it is going to take Spring Boot a few months to catch up to that. So Spring 5 is due to be released in July. Right now it is mid-May that I'm recording this. The API is stable enough that I've been playing with it. Everything that we're going to be doing is going to be just fine. And I will go back and update the source code. So I will check this into GitHub for us for our use. But for now, I am going to grab the 2.0 snapshot, and then we'll update that at some future time. Now, this is the group, and in Java development, it's always your reversed of your domain. So in my case, guru.springframework. And let's call this Spring 5 web app. So we're just going to do a very simple web application. Now you can come in here and just type out different things, but I'm going to come down here and switch over to the full version so we can see all the different options here. So we are going to go with jar, Java 1.8. Of course, we will be using Java for this example. Now we want to do web. Don't need to get into the reactive web stuff yet. I'm not going to get into Spring Security or web services. This is going to be pretty light. We will use JPA, and that includes Spring Data JPA. The ORM is Hibernate, so that is something that we definitely want to do. And we will use an H2 in-memory database. And let's bring in Timeleaf. And this is an interesting note here. The velocity templating engine is starting to be deprecated out of Spring. I don't think anything's happened in that project for a while, so I think the Spring team is showing them to pasture. And I think just going through these, so we have a number of NoSQL options. This is all advanced Spring stuff. We definitely don't need to get into OAuth 2. We're not going to get into a config server. So a lot of this is for Spring Cloud and some advanced things that we are not going to need. We're doing a very, very simple web application. Now we do have social things that we can do authentication with a lot of the different social networks, extension for Spring Security, which we are also not doing on this project. And let's go ahead and we will take in Spring Boot Actuator. I actually have an entire course on Spring Boot Actuator. It's a pretty cool little tool. So I'm going to say generate that project. And we can see that I am getting a zip file downloaded for our use.
Okay, you saw how easy it was that we created a zip file. We got a zip file down from the website, and this zip file contains a basic project, a starter project for us to jumpstart our web application development with Spring Boot.